This is why it becomes so important to understand the novelty and the viability of neuroscience is being leveraged as weapons.
We've got reports of severe burns, blistered lips that are cracked and bleeding, fatigue that has persisted into the week. We're now on Thursday, this was on Saturday. Children that have been sleeping all day. Children don't usually sleep all day, you normally struggle to put them to sleep. Vomiting, bleeding noses, tinnitus, hearing loss, swollen eyes. I can accept that perhaps there would be a few people that may have sunstroke, but hundreds, and we're talking hundreds of respondents. And I've got photos of people with blistered lips, that people that say they were wearing SPF 50 sunscreen, had a hat on, sitting under an umbrella, still experiencing all of these symptoms. Is it possible that there were other weapons deployed on the day that we're not aware of, some sort of radiation?
Guys, if your assessments here are correct, these are very covert weapons, aren't they?
That's correct. There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city, is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public with respect to Washington, D.C.
Mr. Zaid.
So, sir, I've been working in the national security field for 30 years, representing some of our most covert intelligence officers, who I respect a great deal, and the agencies. The word cover-up, I will tell you that there are many legitimate reasons why there could be what the agencies are doing, to explain why they are doing it. What I will tell you is
Would you
that
say,
the public
would you use a
statements-
cover-up as a statement or other words?
So cover-up would depend on intent. There could be good reasons to withhold information. I will say that the public statements that the executive branch is making is inconsistent with the classified record. And then it would be Congress's job as an oversight authority to determine why that is, whether it was a legitimate reason to mislead the public or because of some nefarious reason, or all the above. But the record on the inside in the classified theater is not consistent with the public statements. I was provided an unclassified memorandum by NSA in October 2014, 2 years before Havana, that revealed the existence of intelligence information concerning a foreign adversary. Quote, with a high-powered microwave system weapon that may have the ability to weaken, intimidate, or kill an enemy over time and without leaving evidence. The 2012 intelligence information indicated that this weapon is designed to bathe a target's living quarters in microwaves, causing numerous physical effects, including a damaged nervous system, end quote. Today's hearing can only present a sliver of relevant information. The overwhelming majority of evidence concerning AHIs is hidden behind classified walls. Having had authorized access to classified information on this topic, but without revealing that information, it is my view that the executive branch, particularly at the behest of and manipulation by officials within CIA, is not truthfully reporting what it knows. While I commend their acknowledgement that AHI victims are suffering genuine and compelling health effects, I am convinced that the evidence that exists in the classified arena directly contradicts the public conclusions expressed by federal agencies as to the origin, cause, and scope of AHIs, and that numerous federal agencies have failed to fully undertake substantive investigations, deliberately delayed collecting or ignored crucial, credible evidence, and have intentionally withheld information even from sister agencies so as to influence and manipulate their decision-making process. There is intelligence, scientific, and medical evidence that substantiates the existence of AHIs. That said, there's a wealth of publicly available information concerning the history of directed energy, and particularly its scientific, intelligence, and military applications. I provide an overview in my written testimony. Given the many years our government has been experimenting with developing directed energy weapons, why would anyone not believe our adversaries are engaged in the same efforts?
weapons against protesters down under?
Well, they've seemed to keep evading that question.
How many people do you estimate were actually there, despite the fact that they're saying only 10,000 people showed up?
Organisers claim that potentially over 500,000 actually turned up. We did hear reports of police stating that over 1 million vehicles entered Canberra. It could be more, Stu. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on crowd sizes, but when you look at the footage of the protest, that is far more than 10,000 people.
Okay, so you were there. Did you witness any of these people having any ailments, any health problems, any medical issues?
I thought it was very strange, Stu, because I noticed people with blisters and marks on their faces. And of course, the Australian sun is very harsh, so maybe some of that was sunburn. But since then, what I've done is put out a message in my Telegram, which is about 30,000 people, for people to report to me what sort of symptoms they've been having thereafter. We've got reports of severe burns, blistered lips that are cracked and bleeding, fatigue that has persisted into the week. We're now on Thursday, this was on Saturday. Children that have been sleeping all day. Children don't usually sleep all day, you normally struggle to put them to sleep. Vomiting, bleeding noses, tinnitus, hearing loss, swollen eyes. I can accept that perhaps there would be a few people that may have sunstroke, but hundreds, and we're talking hundreds of respondents. And I've got photos of people with blistered lips, that people that say they were wearing SPF 50 sunscreen, had a hat on, sitting under an umbrella, still experiencing all of these symptoms. Is it possible that there were other weapons deployed on the day that we're not aware of, some sort of radiation? I don't think LRADs are able to cause these types of symptoms.
What about the disruption of the cell phones and broadcasting, citizen journalists making these claims? Were you able to broadcast?
No, I actually wasn't. I had no service, and I'm with the best service provider that we have here in Australia. It's not happened to me to this extent at a protest before. I did actually see some footage of an EMF reader showing an RF reading of 20,000. Now, the safe levels are normally up to 300 at one of the campsites. It's possible that the blockage of the cell phone signals has caused the phones to try and gain a signal, which causes further radiation, and this is actually what's injured these people. It's also possible that the police have used another weapon that we're not aware of, Stu.
I just wouldn't put it past them. I can't believe that I'm hearing these things. What a beautiful country that's just being ravaged by these savage animals and demonic Satanists that just want to kill everything in the name of this World Economic Forum Great Reset. It's absolutely astonishing to me.
This is why it's microwave weapons were introduced from the 1950s, 60s, 70s to the present day. And this is another level of proof. They are so effective. If you're not in a hurry to get rid of somebody, they are so effective as a stealth weapon to beam somebody, and this has been done many times, and it's recorded. You can beam people you don't like as a government to give them cancer, breast cancers, neurological illnesses. You can choose what you want them to get.
You can choose?
Oh, you can choose.
Quite a lot of us have been burnt here over the weekend, and I do have sunburn too.
Yep.
But the first day I had a hat and sunscreen on, and my lips just broke out in these blisters. These feel more like chemical burns.
Yep.
And these lips, some of it does not affecting everyone the same. Obviously, all our bodies are different. Yep. So there were people in a first aid tent that were holding their ground because
they're microwaving women and children in Australia because they don't want them to be free. That's how bad the situation is right now. Tons of people have come online with all sorts of burns, and they don't know how they got them. Seems like people got it in the face the worst, but it's not just the lips that are burning. These people are burning up from the inside. Classic radiation poisoning. Listen to this.
We've entered the Queensland state now, so we're back on home soil. Last night was fucking awful, even today. The nausea. Oh my god, I physically can't vomit because obviously now I've got no appetite, so I'm finding it hard to even eat. Drinking water makes you sick. My head is pounding. My lips are still they're fucking burning. Everything's still burning. I'm still cooking internally. It's not fun.
These people were nuked with microwaves. And not just a little bit. We've got some pretty disturbing footage of this girl. Her whole face got nuked. Most people reported blisters on their lips as a primary symptom. But these people got nuked, cooked from the inside, and even some well-known activists from Australia, like Dave here, got nuked. Radiation sickness for days. And again, it's not just at these events. They're targeting people in their homes. They're targeting people while they sleep. This is happening worldwide. It's automated. You log into Facebook, you post something they don't like, they send an update to your phone, and the extermination is slow. And they cook you while you sleep, day after day. Keeping you tired, keeping you sick, messing with your heart rate, and if you're unprepared, you probably won't survive. They're relentless. And so we keep advising people to invest in shielding, because eventually it's going to happen to you. Eventually you're going to get confronted with this technology, just like these protesters were. But everyone will be confronted with this type of harassment eventually.
The CIA claims torture works. Now, they're talking about physical torture. Now, no touch torture is a whole new topic, a whole new category. Most people don't believe it's happening. You can be tortured in your own home. No one will believe you. But this is torture, and I want there to be no doubt about it. This is torture, destruction of life, and destruction to misery for all these people. And it's a war crime. It's a crime against humanity for sure. But I really came out to speak because I'm disgusted that this is being done to my own citizens. I did not agree to work on these programs for that purpose.
I am for your love and compassion. It's not easy living like we do, in constant pain, and being treated like we are. I had so many goals I wanted to complete, and right now I just can't complete nothing but go to sleep. I hope you guys will remember me. Even though I've done nothing special, but just don't forget that I existed once upon a time, and that I love you all. I never stopped loving. I love the whole world. I love Earth. I love everybody on it. I've said that from the start. If you don't know somebody loves you, I love you. Okay? And I want you all to know that I'll be watching over you. I'll be trying to keep you safe from what's coming. I hope you guys have a good life, and I hope you don't end up like this. This is not the life. God bless you all and take care. Peace.